Such a beautiful morning. Let's get our sun salutations in. Hope you're ready. If you have your ball, grab it. We're going to start right now. Happy Sunday! It's the day of the sun. So if you have your ball, you can use it. Remember, we use like tennis ball or a golf ball or lacrosse ball, any ball that size and firmness. And you just place it, actually, before we do the rolling, let's just stand feet hip distance apart and feel the feet on you, feel that connection. Notice how it feels, and then maybe take a forward bend and come into a halfway lift. Feeling the feet again, but also noticing any sensations of tightness behind the knees, behind the thighs, the calves. And again, notice your feet when you're in a forward bend. Alright, and slowly come up, and we'll roll the ball underneath our foot. So we stand on one leg, you choose whichever one, and just start rolling the ball from toe to heel, trying to get the entire surface of your foot in contact with the ball at some point, back and forth. This pink, peachy sunrise this morning is so beautiful. I'm so glad I'm up at this time to see it. We're at day 20, so 10 more days of this practice with you. Alright, so let's section off the foot, starting with the first third underneath the toes and the toe mounds, just making circles. Massaging the toe mounds all the way from the big toe to the little toe, under the toes, so that you can kind of open them up and stretch them out a bit. And if you need to hold on to a surface, go right ahead. And switch to the center of the foot, right underneath the instep. Just make some circles. And then to the heel. Making circles underneath your heel. And then heel to toe, rolling it out again. Just standing leg is getting tired, that's perfectly normal, and you can hold on to a surface to help support you. So next we're going to do the same sectioning of the foot, but in back and forth movement, very brisk, a little faster and with a little more pressure. underneath the toe mounds and the toes. And then underneath the instep, the middle of the foot, back and forth. Get to the edges, the inner and outer edges of the foot and the center of the foot. And then finally your heel section, back and forth. Trying to get all the way to the edges, all around the heel. Alright, and then we'll go back, taking those long strokes, heel to toe. Just rolling it out. And then we'll slow down and just find a spot that feels a little tender. And let the ball stop there. And let your foot just rest over the ball. Softening over the ball. Then move to another spot. Maybe you can find another spot. So the foot melt over that spot. And then one last one, if you can. And roll it out one last time on this side. Okay, and take your foot off of the ball, stand, and notice if you do any differences between your 2 feet. You can also go into your foul fold and see what you feel, if you feel any difference between the side that you just rolled out and the other side of your foot. Rise. We'll do the other side. So starting toe to heel, just roll the ball back and forth. Trying to get as much of the surface of this foot as you can in contact with the ball. Rolling from heel to toe. And then we're going to do the circles underneath the 3 sections of the foot, starting with the top of the foot, right underneath the toe mounds and the toes. opening up the foot, taking your ball into all of those spaces or between the bones. Then we're going to move to the center of the foot. Making circles. And finally the heel. Just making some circles. Put a little more pressure. And roll it out again. Heel to toe. Finally, I'm going to, not finally, next, we're going to section the foot again, but this time back and forth briskly underneath the first section, the toe mound. It's getting brighter out. Then under the middle section of the foot, back and forth. And finally underneath your heel. Back and forth. And long strokes. Okay, start slowing this down. A little more pressure to help you find your pressure points, so those tender spots underneath the foot. And when you find it, just let your ball rest there, let your foot relax over it, sink closer into the ball. Just breathe. Then find another spot. Same thing. You feel like the foot has tensed up, just try and soften it over the ball. And then under the big toe mound. Sorry, then the third one, which for me is under the big toe mound. Just always the most intense for me. Alright, and then slowly just roll it out again. One last time. That was our 15-minute warm-up. So, let's bring our foot down. And notice how the 2 feet feel on the earth. I feel a lot more connected. And when I do my forward fold, I feel a little bit more freedom behind the knees and thighs, calves. Okay, so we'll start our practice. Standing at the top of your mat, we'll just ground ourselves in Tadasana for a moment. So you stand at the top of your mat, hopefully facing me. In Tadasana, feet hip distance apart. Come onto your toes, lift your heels, then press your heels down. Come onto your heels, lift your toes, stretch the toe mounds, lengthen under your foot, and then slowly place the foot down so that you feel most of your foot connected to the earth below you. Shift your weight side to side, back and forth until you come to the sweet spot of being in the center line of your body. You can feel that energetic beam from the earth going right through you, straight up to the sky, helping you be tall, upright. The kneecaps are lifted and the thighs are active. Draw your low belly in so that your tailbone can tuck slightly, but not too much. Inhale your shoulders up to your ears, roll them back and let them relax at their own down. No need to drag them down, just let them soften away from the ears and then lengthen the head to the sky so that your crown reaches tall, creating some more space in the spine. Your wrists are weighted, keeping the arms reaching to the earth. Your crown is reaching to the sky. Close your eyes. Take in the sounds of the morning. Inhale. Slow exhalation through the nose. Inhale along that beam coming from the center of the earth into your core. Exhale out back into the earth. Now inhale from the sky. Beam of breath and light coming down through the crown of the head all the way into your core. Exhale out from your core back up to the sky. Then one more time, take a breath in, but breathe in from all around you. Expand into the space around you when you inhale, and when you exhale, breathe your energy back out like a sun radiating out through all parts, through all your pores. Let's take a moment here, bring our palms together, heart center. Notice what's coming out of us today. What are we willing to share? What are we ready to share with the world? Set your intention for your practice this morning. Set your intention for your day. And it's okay if you don't have anything right now. I'm sure at the end, you might just have something to share. One more. Generous breath in, taking everything that you need, and exhale, open the palms out, the top of the mat, soften the knees. Let's take a little bounce. Eyes should be open. Inhale, pick up that energy, lengthen, get tall, reach for the sky. Exhale, palms together, hinge at your hips for a forward fold. Let your crown come to the earth, bending your knees as much as you need to let that happen. On an inhalation, bring your fingertips to your shins or thighs, lift from the low belly, lengthen out for a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down onto the mat, step back, bend your knees and take your hips back and wide as you lengthen the torso from your wrists all the way to your hips. Inhale. Inhale into your hips, draw them back. On an exhalation, you lift from the low belly, pointing the toes to round the back and lengthen into a plank pose. Hugging through your core, press into the arms so that the shoulders are nice and strong. Let your knees come down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the elbows as much as you can. Let your hips touch, then let your chest touch. Shoulders stay lifted. Inhale to prepare. And on an exhalation, pressing the tops of the feet down, activating the legs. You peel from the low belly up to lift into a cobra. Exhale, slowly melt down to your mat. Tuck your toes. And we're going to press up with the strength of our arms and our core onto our knees. Take a moment here, breathe, inhale. On your next exhalation, hug in the low belly, lift, hovering the knees for a moment. Keep exhaling, taking the hips high to the sky as you take your chest back. Coming into downward facing dog. Let's pedal the feet. And then we will step forward or walk forward, coming to the center of the mat. Inhale, lengthen for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, bending your knees as much as you need to. Take a breath in to prepare. Ground through your feet, nice strong thighs. Exhale, hug up through the low belly to lengthen. Inhale, reach. Arms stretched out above you. Exhale, palms touch at heart center. Okay, that was Sun Salutation A, just one. And today we're going to practice one Sun Salutation B, which has a left and a right side. So we'll do that together, and we'll be focused on Sun B this week. I'll be breaking it down throughout the week, but today we're just gonna go through it like we know it. So again, let's stand at the top of our mats. Soften and bounce it and rebound from the earth. Inhale, pick up that energy and lengthen. Reach. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Bow, coming into a forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. The spine should be long, the chest lifted, the sit bones roll back. Exhale again as you plant your hands either onto your blocks or onto your mat. And we're going to step the right foot back. So step the right foot back long. What you want is the front knee on top of your ankle. Come onto your fingertips or your blocks. So during the week, I'll do it with the blocks for you. And from here, use your strength in your arms to hold you upright as you inhale to lengthen your spine. Reach the heart forward, press the heel back. Exhale, plant your hands and slide the left leg back, hips up for downward facing dog variation. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale, wave the spine long, coming into a plank. Hug in the low belly. Bend your knees, come down. Let's take the arms out. Give the shoulders a little warm up. So take a breath in. Exhale, activate the body. Peel the chest off of the mat and move the shoulders as you breathe. So don't hold your breath. Breathe freely, move, stay low or come up high. Alright, and slowly come down. Bring your palms underneath you. Shoulders should be rolled back, elbows pointing back. Tuck your toes, inhale. Exhale, press up to your knees. Pause if you need to. Hug in the low belly and keep lifting as you come back into your downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, bend your right knee, lift and hug it into the body. And plant your right foot down next to your right thumb. Now if you can't get it all the way as here, just use your hands to help get your right foot forward this time. Come onto your fingertips. Inhale to lengthen, reach the heart forward, the heel back. Exhale, we're stepping the left foot to meet the right. Now you can do that in a few hops. And lengthen for a halfway lift on an inhalation. Exhale, fold, crown to the earth. Inhale. Exhale to rise, lifting through the low belly and the back, supporting your spine. Inhale at the top, nice and tall. Exhale, palms together, heart center. Then we're going to do the other side. Now if you're finding this very challenging, please just do the variation of the Sun Salutation that you're comfortable with and just flow along as best as you can. If you have the blocks, use them so that it becomes more accessible. Okay, I'm just doing a little twisting. As you know, the Sun Salutations don't have twists, and I like to twist. So we'll stand, Tadasana, soften the knees, take that bounce from the earth. Inhale, pick up that energy. Lengthen, get tall. Exhale, hinge at your hips to fold. Crown to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands down, and this time we're stepping the left foot back. Making sure that the right ankle is underneath the right knee. Come onto your fingertips or onto your blocks. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Reach your heel back, get nice and long. We're just doing this variation, but you can also take your hands up. Plant your hands back down. Slide this right leg back. Maybe take it up in the air. And plant it down. Press back. Bend your knees. Inhale. You can come down to your knees from here or wave your spine long. Coming into your plank. Take your knees down and move into your cobra. Or inhale, bend your elbows, slide your heart through for up dog. Inhale, exhale. Just giving our cobra people some time. Inhale, exhale, point your toes, come high, roll the feet out. Downward facing dog, let's take our 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale the left leg high this time. Exhale, draw the left knee into the chest. Plant your left foot next to the left thumb. Left foot forward this time. Come onto your fingertips. Lengthen on an inhalation. On an exhalation, take a few steps or take one big step to bring your right foot next to your left. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold, crown to the earth. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, rise, lifting from the low belly. Inhale, reach. Exhale, palms touch at heart center. And stop here. Hope you enjoyed the Sun Salutation B. Gets you nice and warm. I'm going to move into my practice, but I hope you, whenever you do this, whatever you can, hope you have a beautiful day. If you haven't set your intention, go ahead and do so now. Namaste.